Recording right now. I hope you enjoy this song. You know we got it. Just let me know when you're ready, cause I can start
anytime.
All right.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yep.
Alan, you ready?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hosts with the mostest, the best there ever is, the best there ever was, and the best there ever will be, Clayton Kisco. And I'm accompanied by the Maelstrom gamers. We have with us today on this podcast, the bad boy, Steve Landis. What's up, Steve?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm in. There we go.
How you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what we're
Great.
doing.
All right, Steve's here with us. Next up. Humpty.
I don't know.
All right, that's good. That's good choice. And next up, we have the Tower.
John Cena.
Yeah, I love that. That's so great. How you doing, Alan?
I'm great. Long time no
have you
see.
with us. Yeah, from Canada.
Yep.
We have a great show. It's going to be Steve. It's going to be Alan. It's going to be myself. We're going to be talking some fun stuff. We're going to be talking about some justice systems, some crimes, some theoretical situations. And we'll have all those topics for you during this week. For those of you guys who don't know, us three guys, sometimes five, we jump onto Skype, and we each bring a topic for our discussion, but more importantly for your entertainment. And each topic is its own video, Monday through Friday on youtube.com/MaelstromGamers. And on Saturday, the full episode's available to you. All that's free. If you'd like to support us and send us some cash so that we can kind of boost the show and make it even better, you can go on to patreon.com/MaelstromGamers, and you can give us just as little as $1, and it's a huge help. And we'll use that to put it back right into the show. And if you don't have any cash, that's cool too. There's free ways to support us that really help just as much. It's liking our YouTube, or rather, it's going to our Facebook page. It's liking us there. It's sharing our stuff. It's commenting, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and following us on Twitter. We have an Instagram account that you can check us out as well. Rather, for the Twitter, it's @MaelstromGamers. So all those ways are important and great ways to support us for free.
Yes.
So that's that intro. We're going to go on to our first
I would
topic.
say that too if I didn't have food in my mouth.
yeah.
That's all true. What he said. What that guy said.
What do you got eating there, dude?
Tim Hortons.
Tim
Canada,
Hortons.
man. Yeah.
Okay, because I thought I saw a hash brown and it looked like McDonald's hash brown.
No, they do
McDonald's.
the same thing. They do a copy one.
Oh, they do. Okay, is it like, where does it rate?
Well, they don't have biscuit sandwiches from McDonald's up here, so you can't get like a sausage biscuit. You can only get the McMuffin.
What?
So I have to go to Tim's because I love the biscuit.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
So there is no rating system up here. It's gone.
It's kind of
half of it's not here. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys heard about McDonald's, right?
that they are like losing shit tons of money and stuff.
Well, I don't know if they did it where you guys are or anything like that, but it's breakfast all day.
Yeah, 24/7.
Yeah, I read something recently about how like they're like completely losing money because they've diversified so much. Like they have too many products that aren't selling well, and they have to train people to like make each product, and then because it's McDonald's, like people don't stick around.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to go
train
like
more people. Yeah,
they're trying to go the healthy route and everything, keep up with everybody else and stuff like that. So
it's not going to happen. It's like ever since I feel like Super Size Me, people are like associated with the absolute shittiest food you could possibly have.
it pretty much is.
It's so true.
And you just like feel ill after eating.
Yeah, especially if you haven't eaten in a while, right? Like I tried like dissing myself from fast food after college, and then I would have one like in every blue moon or whatever, and then completely just my body, it would be worse than any sugar crash that I would experience. It was just like my body was telling me, like, what did you do? You know, and then you're on the toilet there for a while. So, and that's McDonald's, let alone anything like Taco Bell.
Yeah, McGriddle. That does that too.
Yeah, fish fillet.
Nobody
I
gets
like
fish
fish
fillet.
Yeah,
I do. I'm that guy.
Yeah?
I'm the guy
Hey, what do they call a
who
Whopper
eats
in Canada, Alan?
Whopper.
Oh, really? What do they call Big
No,
Mac?
I'm just kidding.
Damn it.
Oh, wow.
All right, guys, let's go to our first topic here.
All
Steve, I'm going to pick on you, okay?
All right. So the bad boy is going to talk about
That's
the
right.
justice system.
Oh,
Justice system. What do you guys have? Are your feelings on it? Do you guys think it works? Do you guys think there's any way to change it?
I love David Justice in Moneyball.
I never saw that movie. Was that good?
What?
Yeah, I'm
I don't
serious.
think
I
I've
never saw
seen Moneyball either.
I know Brad Pitt was in there.
You guys,
And
it's
I know
so good.
Is it really? Because like
It's
I'm just
so
not a
good.
huge baseball
Hey,
fan.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I just saw Seven last week.
Like
yeah.
the one with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt.
My bad.
Did you wait? Did you watch the
Yeah.
rest of the credits and find out what was in the box?
No, I know it's in the box.
Well, you think you know what's in the box, but you have to wait for the credits to finish rolling, and then they have a scene afterwards.
Really?
No.
Yeah, it jumps out. It jumps
Son
out.
of a bitch. Dude.
I'm sorry. I know Alan was gonna go with it. I would have kept.
I feel like I missed so much when you just said that.
Well, that's interesting, right? Because we talk about the justice system, right? And in that movie, at the end, right? Well, so spoilers. Brad Pitt.
Yeah, major spoilers.
Yeah, right.
Major spoilers.
Yeah, major.
Pause the video, skip ahead. Like the 5 minutes.
But unless
So-
like me and you haven't seen it, I mean, which you probably
Well,
already.
but now, right?
Yeah.
So Brad Pitt makes it like he has a giant moral and justice decision to make, and he like this man has like killed his if I correct me if I'm wrong, he kills his wife and puts his wife's head in a box, like. This guy is supposed to be dead anyway, or at that point would be on trial, and he would most likely be found guilty. He's killed a ton of people. Like, at that point, is Brad Pitt in the wrong for killing this Kevin Spacey criminal?
I don't know. This is a
Yeah.
good topic, though.
Yeah,
Great. I don't even know how we segued into that. It's so good.
It's kind of the justice system, you know? And it
Yeah,
kind
it
of,
is. It's perfect.
and Brad Pitt was in Moneyball, so
Never seen it. Never seen it, by the way.
watch Moneyball. That's the next topic. Okay. I think, I don't know, man. I'm having the moral dilemma of Brad Pitt right now.
Yeah, because like I mean that's
Because like, you see it on his face when Morgan Freeman tells him it too. He's just like if you do this, he wins, and he's just like, no, like
He's like, come on.
yeah, he's
what's in the box?
What's in the box?
because he's like sick, you know, he's like sick to himself.
He
It's
is
just-
because he can't.
like,
Hey,
vomit.
and then he sees his wife said, "Oh man, I
mean,
wouldn't have
put
killed him
yourself-
that quick."
right.
That's
I mean,
for
if
sure.
I'm definitely strangling, like I'm definitely putting my hands on him, and I'm like beating the crap out of him. And I got my gun in my back pocket, and like the whole time I'm beating him,
Well,
I'm
his gun was already
questioning-
drawn, so
Yeah.
So that's the thing. His gun is in his hand already. Like,
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
you,
what I'm
like,
saying
physically
is-
stop it.
I think I
You
put
can
it in my back pocket, and I beat the
pistol
crap
whip
out of
him.
him. And if this is not feeling like any like kind of weight off my shoulders, I'm probably pulling out the gun, pulling the trigger back, and sticking it like down his throat, right? Because like I'm just
I don't know,
so
'cause
pissed.
In the movie, I think Brad Pitt doesn't even look like it satisfied him when he's done it.
It
I
did.
think you're right. I
That's
don't
what I'm
think it-
saying. That's I would never have let him get off. I would have took him to that trailer that was like right there and just completely like, did crazy shit to him and everything like that to make him like
Put this on,
yeah.
dance.
dance.
Bring out the gimp.
yeah. Okay, so
Well,
all
think
right.
about it. Think about it. Like someone killed Yokiko or someone killed Sarah. Like, what would you?
Yeah,
do?
that's what I
was thinking.
I've thought about it, and I'm beating the crap out of him, and the whole time I'm questioning whether, at the very least, man. See, now I'm thinking, okay, I probably shoot him in the kneecaps, because that's painful, but won't kill him.
But shooting in the kneecaps won't put your wife's head back on her body and bring her back to life.
No, nothing I can do at this point would. It's what would make me feel better.
Probably
this
shooting your
time.
own self would help more than shooting him.
That's probably true.
And that,
Yeah,
and
but
I
I'm not
wonder
gonna do
if
that.
if you would win if you had done that, like in the movie, you know, if you had killed yourself. Because then he'd probably go to jail. He'd get executed by the justice system.
Well, he's gonna go to jail anyway,
Well,
right?
it was all Brad Pitt's fault anyway. He should have been with his wife, honestly.
Well, damn, Steve. Way to take emotions out of this.
I mean,
I'm just messing.
oh, and he didn't know she was pregnant either. Oh my god, I would have killed him. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
I would have killed him. I would have killed myself probably after.
Yeah, just so
I would just
much
be like, fuck this. Like, yeah, he
So,
didn't
I mean,
even know.
and then like, because the question is like, do you think that so the justice system is saying, okay, this guy has killed a bunch of people. He specifically killed someone you've cared about. The idea is that you're gonna take this guy now and you're gonna put him on trial, which will keep him alive for amount of time. you're putting your faith in that the justice system, which in this particular case will probably be on your side, is that he will be in jail forever, right? Now, the next question, logically for me, is like, okay, does he stay in jail forever, or does he get the death penalty? Is the death penalty something that, like, is a good thing that's part of our justice system?
If it was Texas, yes, he would get the death penalty.
Right?
Texas
Yeah, he would, right? So,
No,
I don't know,
what
like,
I'm basically going at is like, I don't know, we've been watching the first 48. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen that show, First 48 Hours. It's like detective homicides. They actually show real homicides on TV.
it's the sequel to that Sutherland show.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
it's 24.
Yeah, it's 24 sequel.
Okay. Well, anyways, it's a real show. I have no idea what 24 Southern show. What the hell are you guys talking
The
about?
show
Are you guys
24?
fucking with me right now?
You know the show 24?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah.
It's got that. No,
With
it's
Keith
not.
Sutherland.
This is real. This is real though. This is 48. Is this a real show? You guys serious right now? This is serious.
Oh my god, I'm gonna choke on my Tim Hortons.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, Steve.
No, it's first 48. It's like the first 48 hours in the homicide. Basically, they're talking about like first 48 hours. They have to catch the person, find out what's happening because news travels fast and everything, and the stories can change. So within the first 48 hours, they have like a 90% like conviction rate or something like
And then
that.
after that, it drops like a shit ton, right?
Yeah,
like after the
yeah,
first
like
40
crazy because people start changing stories, this and that, and everything. But like, dude, what's making me mad though is like some of these people, even in the show, it says like some of these people are convicted. They're getting shorter sentences because they, or you know, shorter sentences or shorter kind of different pleas for being on the show if they agree to be on the show or something like that. So listen, that part of the justice system. And then on top of it, like you see somebody murdered, dude, and a guy she gets like 2 to 4 years or something like that.
Because she cooperated? And
I
was
don't
on a
know.
show?
I
Because
don't
there's
know
something
if
to
it's
be
because
said
of
when
that.
cooperating with the police, but if that means for profit, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting from your story, is that they're cooperating to make profit, and that just does not seem right at all.
What do you mean profit?
This is it.
They
too.
said that if they go on the show, they get a reduced sentence. And if the show is entertaining via these
What?
stories, then
Well, they don't really say reduced sentence. They said like they do say reduced sentencing or something like that because we watched it. It's at the beginning of everything, but like it's just I don't know, man. It's like we have like I have a family member who went to jail for 17 years, like prison, 17 years for like stealing money, and you see like a murderer who murdered like a 10-year-old kid and a freaking and a mom, you know what I mean? Like and they get like 14 years or something like that, you know, or 10 years or something. It's ridiculous. Like
the years thing to me is so like subjective, and I feel like that's where it gets really like shady for me. Like there's people who go away for 5 years for like weed and like a year for like arson or something like weird like that. Like
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I'm
probably
saying.
way off, but like there are imbalances in the way we like look at and be like, okay, yeah, this is X amount of years and this is X amount of years. Like I question from the ground up the foundation of our justice system, if jails are even the thing that we should be looking into or be doing, right? Like, and it's really hard because I was also thinking about, okay, you said that they killed people and like, okay, so now they're in jail for X amount of years, but it's like, is that the right punishment? Like, is it our job to try to figure out how to reintroduce this person? Because like the thing is that you don't want this to happen again, and you want to make sure if this person is introduced back into society that they are capable of doing that. And a lot of times I feel like we just send these guys off in a box. They live in that culture, and then they come back out because they've done quote-unquote time, which is, again, an arbitrary amount of time that one is allowed to reflect, and this is like this general thought process that will be applied. And that doesn't work if the person was put away to be like the whole time being trained to be reintroduced into society. If we can prove that that works, to me, that's how we would do it. But you talk about taking our emotions out of this equation, so someone who's killed someone, those people who have felt that pain is going to be really against that, whereas someone who's maybe trying to look at this a little bit more objectively may see the positives of them. I'm sure there's cons too, but I don't know. That's my thought on it.
I know, I get your thought and everything. I'm just thinking about this guy last night. He was already convicted of murder, and he went to jail for 5 years for murder.
Like, to me,
he pled guilty to murder, and then he murdered somebody again. and then he got another 5 years.
Yeah, that's messed up, right?
Like
That's to me, that's completely messed up.
one strike basically you're out, but like two, like that's your.
They didn't like double it or triple it after that, you know?
No, it was just another 5 years. Like we have it recorded. If you guys want to watch it, we could turn it.
Yeah, and so like, what do you do? So what, like, Steve, if you're Mr. Justice, Sir Justice, what are you doing?
David
what are you doing
Justice.
to change that? Yeah, David Justice. What are you doing to
For
change
Moneyball.
that? And Alan, I asked you that too. Like, if you guys have ideas on how to.
I don't know. It's really difficult because prisons, I feel like you said, are kind of like a fucked up system, especially since they have for-profit prisons where people like actually make money by having people stay in prison longer. So like they're like inclined to not want people to get out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But only to make money. Like they're like privately owned prisons where there's like a CEO type guy that makes money by operating this prison.
That's crazy. So then the taxpayers don't pay for this?
I guess it's kind of like privately owned the same way that like a private school, it doesn't get like government money as well. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not 100% certain on that, but I do know that that sort of system exists where somebody makes money from the prison system.
That's crazy.
I mean, for a long time, I was always kind of more like an eye for an eye type believer. Like whatever they do, not literally like if they steal money, you steal their money or something. But like if they take the money, obviously they lose it, and then they serve whatever some sort of penalty for doing that. And if they kill somebody, then they're like put to death because obviously they don't care about like others' lives. I mean, but there's so much gray area too.
Yeah.
And
then there's those who are
like maybe it was like a crime of passion, like they didn't think about they weren't themselves at the time, or like on drugs, like who knows like what you do in an altered state. But I feel like for sure those people, I mean, and this is like a whole nother discussion about like whether the psychiatric treatment for these people, and especially in the US, is good enough to like stop these total psychopaths from even developing in the first place.
Right.
But I think those type of people should not be allowed to ever like enter society or like ever again. Like I wouldn't like.
You'd feel uncomfortable if they were to be allowed.
Not even that. I mean, it's just like it's a public safety concern, right? For anybody, because yes, they can. I mean, these are the people that you like either get executed, especially if they're like so far gone down their own like twisted reality. Or you put them into like mental health, not a prison system. Because like a prison system, they're just going to be like, it's just like a whole new culture where you can have the opportunity to kill people and all be killed, and there's like nobody gains anything just to know that they're rotting away, especially if they killed like a loved one. Like there's nothing that feels good. But then again, same thing if they're like in some medical facility where they're taking care of them, day by day. I wonder how the victims' families feel like, oh, well, this person like took away like my entire life basically, or my loved ones' lives, and now they're just living, in some medical facility, getting doctors' help every day.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if it feels fair to all parties. It's a difficult decision, and I'm sure that's why this topic is heavily debated in politics today as well.
Right. Yeah, I lean towards the mental, like, psychiatric treatment. I mean, because, like, the culture and the own little, like, sub-society that is a prison doesn't allow someone to necessarily grow. It's just taking all the bad people, rounding them up, putting them in one area, and they're just going to learn to either be worse than themselves. Like, there's really no benefit for them being around other people like them, because they're going to be influenced, or they're going to be not motivated, not emphasized, but like I don't know, reassured that they're like there's nothing questioning their attitudes and their like decision making, right? They're around other people making bad decisions, so they're influenced by all the other people. And so I think it's Australia. I was looking for
they put an island.
No.
The whole island, Australia, is just criminals.
I thought it was Australia, and I thought Australia like removed a large part of their prison structure, in favor of reintroducing, like, into the mentality of reintroducing people into society. It lowers taxpayers' money. It actually makes those people who are reintroduced into society a better person. It's like their mentality coming from it is like, there's something wrong with this person. They've had traumatic experience. They have a disease. There's something that we as the society need to take the responsibility to make sure that we help this person and reintroduce them into society the correct way. And then they actually become, the Australia, the prisoner, quote unquote prisoner, or the criminal actually gets put back into society as a working, like, person. So they're contributing to the economy and the rest of the people.
Immediately, or they actually go to prison first?
Well, I don't know if it's fair to even. I'm not sure if it's a prison. That's what I was trying to look up. But
I see.
Or it's a structure that allows them to just kind of work with someone to for a couple years or whatever the sentence is, to make sure that they're mentally stable, that they're off drugs, like there's no drugs coming in.
It's like parole, kind of like in the U.S., I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think
working.
that they're. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Or there is like a facility. Like, I know that they don't just put them in like a box.
Sorry,
like,
guys.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm pretty sure that they work with them to be like, look, like, this and this happens. Like, what would you do? All right, well, no, this is why we don't do that. Like, my take is that they're like around the right influential people, the people that are working with them, whether it's like a psychiatric psychologist, whatever, of like helping them get back to a normal like state. And then being like, okay, this person has passed these tests. They're looking good. Let's put them back out there. And then a lot of times they contribute back to society, and that just helps the economy even better. And Australia is backwards in a lot of ways, and this is just one more way.
They're upside down.
They're upside down,
they're
rather.
Just
yeah,
fucking upside down, man.
This is just one way that they're just a lot more different than the U.S. Because like we talk about gun bans and stuff like that. They also took the stand where like, okay, no more guns. So they do things a little bit differently, right? But that is an interesting perspective.
And I was going to say, like, isn't there some northern European countries like Sweden and Norway and like just countries in Scandinavia? Their like crime rates are really low already. And then also, I think the maximum sentence you can serve in those countries is like 15 years or something like that. Yeah, so like even the guy that like killed all his bandmates, he only served I think 15 years. And like the prisons are like nice looking. Wow. So, and I wonder if the low crime rates and like is associated with the quality of life there as well, because like they pay for higher education as long as you go to school. They'll pay for your college because of the government. I mean, the taxes are really high, but I wonder. And living in a socialist government now, I can see the benefits of it.
Yeah.
If that's like a big like issue that maybe the U.S. is kind of archaic in its thinking, even though it's how the country was founded and all that kind of stuff. Like
I like archaic feels like the perfect word. I feel like this concrete brick and mortar like vibe when I think of like a lot of the structure that is around the Americas, because it's just you look at Sweden, like we have a friend, Sarah and I, who's giving birth pretty soon in Finland, and she has a year of paid leave.
Right.
And it's so important, and we're starting to see this come up in the presidential debates as well. And it's something that America is just so far. It's just one more thing that America is so far behind. It's insane. Like, it also riles me up, man, when I hear like people like try to defend America. Like, it's just like blind loyalty. It's like, no, dude, it's like, man, we are not the best anymore in a lot of different ways.
Or,
it's
they're always like, we're the greatest country in the world. Like, and I'm always just like, well, have you ever been to any other countries?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh man, it's okay to be humble. It's okay to say we have a lot of improvement to do, and it's okay to say that someone did something better than us. Let's accept it. Let's move on, and now let's try to be better than that. And it's like, and this is just one of the cases. Is like the justice system. Like we honestly, we need to challenge. We need to like rethink our justice system. We need to think a lot of systems, and justice system is just one of it.
Right.
One of them. And I think that's an opportunity to introduce some of the things that we were talking about in the Norwegian countries in Australia, because again, an arbitrary system of, well, that just means 5 years. Like, how long did it take for like weed to finally like be like not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just we have these like another thing that I'm noticing within our culture, in the American culture, is like we have these like concrete monumental like it's the Constitution. It was written thousands of years ago, or like whatever, hundreds of years ago, and it's like a staple of who we are. We need to keep it. This is a part of our blood, and if we lose it, we lose who we are. It's like, that's awesome if you want to just like stay stagnant in an ever-evolving, moving, fast-paced world. Like, I understand. Like, we see that in a historical district or historical like reasons, but like, you know, we're not gonna keep all the houses Victorian and not ever adopt like vertical like buildings because history, right? Reasons.
Yeah.
Like, we need to evolve, and that's just a necessity, right? So I feel like that's just, again, one of the reasons why we're so slow to adapt is because of like this like need to keep everything what it was.
Did you want to? I was gonna ask you too, Clay. So what do you think about Gotham's justice system?
Well,
what are the tenets of Gotham's justice system other than Batman will fuck you
Well,
up?
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Like,
the Joker's been in jail like a million times.
oh, I know, right? Like,
Like,
Oh, he always gets out.
you know.
Superman trashes the city or something, or oh no, it's Metropolis that gets trashed.
Metropolis, yeah.
it's you know, it's funny.
What is the layout of the DC like worlds? Where's Metropolis related to Gotham?
Oh, dude, it's been described to me as...
Is there a map?
Yes,
Find a map.
there is. There is.
Map?
And it's been described to me as San Fran... Well, okay, so in the Snyder latest universe, Gotham is to Oakland as Metropolis is to San Fran, if that makes any sense, if I did that right.
Oh, they're like that close?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh.
they're right across like a bay. You know what I mean? And that's why...
I always thought Gotham was like New York.
Yeah, me too.
Right, and like...
Early.
No. I've always thought as Gotham as Chicago and Metropolis as New York. Right, because Gotham is like the crime-corrupted city.
Either
and New
one,
York
like
was-
to me,
So Chicago's
kind of
crime.
made the same.
Okay.
Like I don't remember lived in those cities. To me, they're like just big metropolises where you get
Right.
stabbed if you walk by the park.
Right, but in terms of distances, that's how I always thought about it in my head when I was a kid.
Okay.
But apparently, yeah, like they're a lot closer than that. So I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah, Batman's got a weird justice system. Like, he won't kill anyone, but he'll just like he's almost like, you know, like he doesn't think about this as far as he should, right? He's like, okay, stop the crime. I'm gonna just put him in the bars, and then that's it. Like, he hasn't like thought about how he can help Joker like be a better person or take him out of society completely. Like, he's just stopped the crime, and that's as far as he's gone.
He's like,
Nice.
oh, Joker.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, Joker. Oh,
Okay.
you.
Oh.
So is there anything else you guys wanted to say about the justice system before we move on?
No, I think we could talk about this for like 4 hours.
I ranted a lot, and I apologize.
No, you're good.
I'm still trying to find this map of Gotham and Metropolis. This is annoying. Nobody has this. All right, no.
If
I don't have
I
anything.
can't see Alan. Can you see
Okay.
Alan?
I can see Alan, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
You got a weird computer.